Well, hello, Team Mockingjay, and welcome to the January 25th Zoom Huddle-Up. And I'm here tonight with some of our other challengers. Those of you who aren't here, I am recording this, and it'll be on a YouTube video so that you can log in tomorrow or one other day this week and claim your 25 points for checking in with your coach. The good news is everybody on our team has completed our weigh-in process. It was kind of iffy there for a while, but we got everybody weighed in. I want to thank those of you who helped me get your friends and relatives weighed in. Now, I want you to know, though, it's still not too late to invite. The invite contest is still going on. If you invite 2 people, anybody, and as many people as you want to, you get 10 points every day that you invite. But if you get 2 people to join, you get an entry for a $100 contest, $100 drawing. That's kind of cool. And I think the last day to join is the last day of September. People who join late, their points are prorated so that they don't have to lose as much. And I think their weight can go even as little as 3%. I think the thing that we need to talk about today, based on what we were chatting about earlier and how the holidays were hard on some of us, and how even though some of us were on the contest, on the challenge last month, we didn't do as well as we'd hoped we would do. I want to present to you the idea that in order to be successful, we have to know what our why is. Why? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to get healthy? Why do you want to improve your exercise? Why do you want to improve your sleep? Hey, kitty. But that why has to be big. So we all need this week to really think about, what is our why? Why do we want to lose weight and get healthy? If our why is big enough, then we can pass up anything. If our why is big enough, we can say no to alcohol. We can figure up something like Becky was saying on the challenge wall the other day. She figured up a sparkling water or club soda or something drink that she was drinking that nobody knew she wasn't drinking, and she was having as much fun as everybody, but she wasn't getting those empty calories that we get with alcohol. And if we want to lose weight, let's face it, if we want to lose weight, we really need to stay off of alcohol. Alcohol will have a place in our life after we reach our healthy weight. If you're on maintenance, there's a place for it. But for those of us who are trying to lose weight, there's really not a healthy place for alcohol in our diet. So our why has to be big enough for us to say no. Our why has to be big enough so that when we do decide and we get a martini, our why has to be big enough to say, I'm not going to have a second one, because of whatever our why is. Now, when I lost 130 pounds on this program, my why was huge. My son was getting married, and I weighed almost 300 pounds, and I did not want to waddle down the aisle when they were, here comes the bride, big, fat, and wide. But I mean, my daughter-in-law's mother's about that big around. I mean, she was like a 2. And I thought, okay, here goes the mother or the bride. I couldn't stand it. So that why was so big that I was able to stay on plan. And that's almost the kind of why you have. Sometimes your why can be a life and death situation. You've got diabetes, or you've got some disease that if you would just lose weight, you could get off your meds. And if that why is big enough, then you will follow your plan. So let's think about that. And the first time you think about your why, you might not think of the biggest why of all for you, but at least this week, figure out a why. Because you want to live longer, because you want to feel better, because. Why are you doing this program? So once you discover what your why is, then the second step is to set some goals. And I believe it was Dr. Anderson, somebody on one of the earlier posts this week, kind of touched on this a little bit, and we'll learn more about it later. But once you know what your why is, you want to set some goals to help you reach your why. You You know where your current reality is, like right now, how much you weigh, how much you sleep, what kind of stress you're under, what your eating habits are, what your exercise habits are. We know what our base is, our current reality. Well, our why is way up here. The only way we can get to our why is one baby step at a time. So what we want to do is we want to set some little mini goals. If your why is to run a 5K, then you can't go to the gym and start jogging 5 miles a day. What you do is you start walking, you walk around the block, and then you start jogging in between sidewalks, and then you start jogging a block at a time, and so on and so forth until you reach that goal. But you go for it one step at a time. Just for example, of some of our whys is maybe some people, their why is they want to get back into the smaller clothes that are in their closet. They've already the clothes in their closet are too tight, and if they don't lose weight, they're going to have to buy a bigger size. That's a good why. Maybe you need more energy, or you want to feel better. Maybe there's an activity you want to do. Maybe you want to ride bikes with your grandchildren. Maybe you want to roller skate. Maybe you want to go bowling. Maybe you can't because your knees won't handle it because you weigh too much. But whatever it is that you really, really want. Another time that after I lost 130 pounds, I had gained some weight when I moved to Sun City. Who doesn't? And so I was on my first challenge, and when I made my why board, my why was because I was going on a cruise and I wanted to zip line. And I was afraid I would break the zip line. So I reached my why and I zip lined, and it was awesome. I had a wonderful time. So it's something that you can set a goal for so that you can achieve it. Now, here's the thing. When you achieve it, you need to have a reward. What are you going to do when you reach your goal? And even if it's a goal that's not all the way up to your biggest goal yet, maybe your first weight loss goal might be 10 pounds or 12 pounds when ultimately your goal is 30 pounds. Well, once you reach that goal, that mini goal, reward yourself. Just don't reward yourself with food. Reward yourself with a spa treatment or a pedicure or manicure or some bubble bath or a shopping trip to get a smaller size pants or something like that, but reward yourself with something that's not food. A lot of people, and we may hear about this later, a lot of people will actually build a vision board to help them every day visualize their goal. Basically what I did was I typed up a set of activities. It was like a calendar of what I want to do every day, and I taped it inside my medicine cabinet because I open my medicine cabinet every day to get my toothbrush and my mouthwash. That's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. So the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I see that list, and at the top of that list is drink a bottle of water. First thing, when my feet hit the floor, I'm going to drink a bottle of water first. Then I'm going to have my cup of coffee. But I made a list of things and activities that I could actually check off that I accomplished each day. So having that visual guide is pretty good. One time, one of the 100 diets I've been on, 1,000 diets I've been on in my life, I think maybe it was back when I was on Weight Watchers, and somebody made a comment or a joke, or maybe it was even something they suggested that we do, but I put a fat picture on the refrigerator. I got my fat picture and I put it on the refrigerator. And it's supposed to help us remember that we don't want to go into the refrigerator, that we don't want to be fat. It didn't work that way for me. I'd look at that fat picture and I'd say, oh, hell, I'm fat anyway. I may as well go ahead and eat some more. So that fat picture is not a good idea. What you want to do is get a skinny picture and put that. And if you don't have a skinny picture, pick one out. Find a picture in a magazine or a newspaper of somebody that's about your age that you think, oh my God, if I could look like that, that would be my goal. And you put that on your refrigerator so that every time you walk in your kitchen, you see that and you say, that's what I want. And you know what? I want that bad enough that I'm not going to open the refrigerator and eat something out of it. So it's a positive motivation instead of a negative motivation. Of course, I think at this point it'd probably be a good idea for us to talk about, we're all on different food plans. We're all on different eating plans. You don't have to be on any special food plan in order to participate in the challenge. But what I want to say is you got to be on something. You can't just go out there and wing it, because we've been winging it and we've been gaining weight. We need to have a plan to help us reach our goal. And there's many different things you could do. Regardless of what plan you're on, what we teach on Meltdown Challenge is divide your calories. If you're on 1,000 calorie or 800 calorie or 1,200 calorie or 1,500 calorie a day diet, whatever you're on, Weight Watchers, whatever, take those calories that you're going to eat today and divide them up into 6 small fuelings. 6 fuelings a day does not mean we eat more. Actually, what it means is we eat less. We take the same number of calories, divide it into 6 fuelings a day. And you want about divide it up so that you've got about 100 calories, at least three out of those 6 fuelings. And we're going to talk about in just a minute how you can find some 100-calorie snacks. But if right now you are eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what we're going to do is suggest that you look at the 100-calorie list and find a small fueling that you can use mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and at nighttime, so that you can actually fuel your body 6 times a day. That's actually based on basal metabolism. The way to make our body work more efficiently is to not take in more calories than our body can burn. If we take in more calories, our body's going to store it as fat. Okay, this is going to bring me up to the sumo wrestlers' diet. The sumo wrestlers, you know, in Japan, the sumo wrestlers, they're huge, lardy fat. They eat about 5,000 calories a day, but they eat it all at one time so that food will turn to fat. It is the scientific reason why they eat their calories all at one time. Imagine a basal metabolism line right here. It's a line going across. It's what your body needs to survive on. Well, what we're doing with 6 fuelings a day is we wake up in the morning and we need to fuel our body. So we give ourselves a little bit of fueling, lasts about 2 or 3 hours, and then we come back down below our basal metabolism, then we have another one, and then we have another one, and then we have another one. So our calorie consumption is like a wave. A sumo wrestler does not eat until nighttime. He gets up and he works out because he got to be strong. But he doesn't eat, and he doesn't eat, and he doesn't eat. So his blood sugar drops and drops and drops. And then when he eats, it bounces way up here. I can't even see me. I'm so high in the screen. Okay, so here's the calorie consumption. Would you believe everything between my elbow and my hand and my fingertips is fat? It turns to fat. Every calorie that we put in our body above our basal metabolism will be stored as fat. So when you say to yourself, or your husband or your friend or your cousin or your sister says, well, I'm going out tonight, so I'm just not going to eat all day. So their blood sugars drop, and then they go out to eat. Now, they don't eat 5,000 calories. They probably eat 2, 3, depending on if they drink alcohol or not, 2,000 or 3,000 calories, but they eat it all at one time. They are creating more fat than if they were eating small meals throughout the day, and then they go to that dinner party and they're not starving to death, so they don't overeat. And because they're not starving to death, they may only have 1 drink instead of 4. You get my drift? We want to fuel our body. Does that make sense? We're not going to be we're not going to be on the sumo wrestler diet. Okay, I am going to go so that you all can see my screen. I think. Share screen. Okay. And I'm going to go to Meltdown Challenge. Okay. On our Meltdown Challenge, when we log in, we wind up on the challenge wall, which is the main wall. Did y'all see that the new contest is a lean and green contest? I posted my picture today. I made a recipe from the recipe section on the web page, and I posted Chuck eating it. Let's see how many people have posted since I did it. So many people have posted since I did it. So you may not be able to see it very fast, very soon. That looks good. Oh, well. Anyway, I'm on there, I promise you. But there is a contest going on. The invite contest is still going on. The post yourself picture of the pantry is still going on. And those are contests that they have drawings for like 15, 20 people that you win $100. So, you know, it doesn't hurt anything. Post. It's kind of fun. The other thing on this main challenge wall that I want to show you is that this, of course, this is where we go to earn our points every day. So all of that's right there on the main challenge wall. But if you scroll down a little bit further under the other important information, last week we got 25 points if we read the challenge rules. If you missed that, if you started too late, that you did not read the challenge rules, you have missed the opportunity for those 25 points. But it's still a very good idea to read the challenge rules so that you understand what we're doing. The other thing that I think is really, really important is this one right here, the 100-calorie fueling breaks, a list that will help us pick those 100-calorie fueling breaks mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and nighttime. And what I suggest you do is print out this list, go through it, highlight the things that you like to eat that you maybe often keep in your refrigerator or it's easy for you to keep in your refrigerator. But one thing you want to do is watch and make sure you see what the amount is. For example, if 20 peanuts, well, if you want 20 peanuts, you can have 20 peanuts. They're loaded in protein, but they're also loaded in fat. If you eat more than 20, you're what? Creating fat. We really don't want to do that. So what I suggest that you do, if you get any of those type of things on your 100-calorie list, is that you count out 20 of them, put them in a little snack bag, and throw them over to the side so that when you're ready for the meal, you can pick up the snack bag and eat those and not eat out of the jar because you'll forget how many are in there. Cashews are wonderful, but of course you know that they're a whole lot fattier than peanuts are, so you don't get as many. Cottage cheese and strawberries or cottage cheese and pineapple, all those kind of things are really kind of good. A lot of people really like the tablespoon of low-fat granola with a half a cup of Greek yogurt. The only problem is a container that you buy at this grocery store is probably 8 ounces. So remember, your 100-calorie snack is just a half of that. Now I found some really good Chobani, I believe it is, and it's a low-fat yogurt, and it's 100 calories. So that would be a good one. Look for Chobani if you haven't figured that one out yet. Okay, let me close that up, and it should take me back to the main page. Now, the second one is recipes and meal plans. The recipes, this is where I found my recipe tonight that I cooked. Actually, it's real similar to what I've done in the past. I make it all the time. Oh, shoot. Okay, I've got 10 minutes. It's the omelet, and I've never been able to flip an omelet in my life. So what I did, I've baked mine. I make a souffle. It was absolutely delicious, and I had a little asparagus with it. Chuck and I both enjoyed that a lot. So let's see if I can scroll back up. I don't know what's happening to me. Okay. The top 50 list is top detox list. If you haven't seen that yet, healthy choices. Flat Belly Foods gives you some more things to go from. But this is the one, if you're not on a specific weight loss program yet, you need to click on this button where it says meal plans and come down here to where the link is and click on the meal plans, read through them, and decide which one is going to be best for you. And it's being slow to download, I think. Oh, here it is. You can download a 5-day meal plan that kind of give you an example of how to eat small meals throughout the day, how to divide your meals throughout the day. There's a 1,300-calorie meal plan, which if you want to lose weight, you got to at least do that. Probably the best thing would be 1,000 calories, but 1,300 is a good place to start because you don't want to start off a new habit of eating, being hungry all the time. So you might even want to start off with a 1,500 calorie a day diet and then drop down to 1,300 and then drop down to 1,000 so that you won't get hungry. You can print these out. So if you went to the 1,300 calorie meal plan, you can print that out. Okay. The other thing that's great is there's a shopping list. But before I do that, I want to go back to the meal plans. If you like one of these meals, like this classic grilled chicken salad, and you don't have any full fat ranch dressing, you can check it and add it to your grocery list so that when you print out your grocery list, it'll be added to your grocery list. And the grocery list, the way I found that, the way I found that is right on this main page, the shopping list. And what you can do here is go through and you say, okay, I need some stewed tomatoes. I need some olives because that's a healthy fat. We need to have at least one serving of a healthy fat every day. I need to get some eggs. I need, and I go through and I mark off, check the ones I want. And then any additional items, remember when I did the recipe, it was on here too. So that when I create my personal shopping list, it's all the things that I checked. So I go to the store with that. And y'all, if you go to the store hungry, you're going to buy a whole lot more and you're going to buy off-plan food. But if you'll create a shopping list off the website and you print it out for yourself based on what your needs are, you will be successful when you go to the grocery store. When I'm on plan, my grocery bill drops $100 because I don't buy junk. Okay, I want to go back to, I think, the challenge homepage, and I want to go to our team wall, our team room. And what I want to show you about our team room is right now, how can I get over there? Here it is. Is that it? No. Let's see if I can get over there this way. I'm going to hide the thumbnail. There we go. Here is our team, and right now we're in 34th place. That's not very good. That means the people on our team are not participating like they should. As a matter of fact, our team participation score is just 475 out of 100%. We're at 475. So we're below average. Now, what affects our participation? Well, it's people who log in every day and get their points. Let's say, for example, that I'm going to earn my points. And I know a lot of people aren't logging on because it's a real cumbersome and real hard. For those of you who aren't on MetaFast, you're really having a hard time with logging your food. But you can do it. Let me manifest this again. You can click on to log your food and just go ahead and log something like eggs or something simple that you can find easy. And just so you can be honest, and on your water, just go ahead and I'll just drink some more. Just go ahead and log whatever you've got, and you'll get your points for it. You don't have to log all your food in order to get your points. Just log so that you get your points. And if you want to log somewhere else, like on MyFitnessPal or on a piece of paper or any kind of journal or whatever you like to use, but do log your food somewhere. You need to write down what you are eating, because if you don't, you're going to forget. So make sure that you do that. If you have missed getting points some days, the daily reading and video, this one right here, is the only one that you can go back for the days that you missed, and you can read them and you can still earn your points. Any other thing on this list, if you miss it one day, it's gone. You don't have a chance to get those points ever again. So if you've missed a day, at least the next day when you go back and read your daily readings, you can get that one. As you know, there are 3 things each week that you can get 25 points for: a weekly webinar, check in with the coach, and a progress survey. For coming to the webinar tonight, to our Zoom meeting tonight, you're going to click that you earned your 25 points because you checked in with me. If you can't do that, we're going to have the recording that other people can watch, or you can just send me an email or a text. I want to know how much weight you lost. I want to know if there's any problems, any areas that you're having trouble with, but check in with me. I don't fuss, but I do coach. So also the progress survey is a real easy way to get 25 points. And those weekly webinars are always good. So never miss your 25 points. That's a huge hunk out of your points every week. And they're always really, really good. And they stay up all week. So maybe it's a day when you got 5 minutes. And so you're just going to click, click, click. You're going to follow your eating plan. Click. I did it. Or you're going to do this and I did it. Or you're going to do this one and click yes, I did it. But you don't have time to do these longer events. Do the longer events on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon or whenever you've got a little extra time to devote an extra 5 minutes to the challenge so that you can do these a little bit more time-consuming events and still get your points. The other way you can help our team is if you know anybody. When I look at my post of our team, and I go to the team wall because I'm the coach, I can see when they joined, when they logged in, how many points they have, what their email address is. But when you log in, the only thing you see is their name and how many points they have. And if you see somebody really lagging behind in their points, they're forgetting to log on every day. If you know them, would you give them a phone call? If you don't know them, would you send a post through our website to encourage them to get on the website every day? It'll help our whole team. Now people say, oh, it doesn't matter that I'm not getting my points. I'll just win my $20. I'll throw my $20 into the pool. Well, I'll be glad to take your money if you don't want to get your points. But that's not the purpose. That's not why we joined the challenge. We joined the challenge to be a winner, to hit our weight loss goal, to make improvements in our lifestyle, to learn how to have a healthier life. One thing that you can do to earn points every day that is really, really important, and that is to post on the team wall. When you post, do not post on the challenge wall. Always post on our team wall. Our team wall is the one that has my picture at the top there and the little post about whatever I've got up there. But if you will make sure that you either post every day or at least you reply to a post, you get points, and it's encouraging. If you'll notice that when I read it, everybody that posts, if it says unlike, that means that I've liked it. I have recognized that they have read my post. I read Erica's post because I checked like, and it says Joanne and I liked it. But nobody else did.